right now, which is this restaurant, is just this persistence of saying, this is me, my name is Maria, and I'm from Sierra Leone, and I'm really determined for you to know about Sierra Leone through food and nothing else. And I feel incredibly grateful that I've been able to find something that, via introducing my heritage and via really putting my foot down and say, this is what I want people to know about Sierra Leone. I'm coming from Sierra Leone where there was war. And so quite a lot of the time people just want to focus on the war or negative stuff. It was this shared determination of changing the narrative for me. And so changing the topic and saying, I don't want to talk about the negative. Let's talk about the amazing childhood that I had with friends and family and food, surrounded by food, and how important food was to us and how important food is still, culturally to us. Let me focus on that. And that's been my journey in the UK, from school to university to everything that I've ever done. To work, I think the name was chosen by Sierra Leoneans for me, because Shwen Shwen means fancy. And when I used to post my food, Sierra Leoneans will retweet it back, hashtag it, Shwen Shwen. And that's what Sierra Leoneans felt about the food that I was representing them with. And I know that there was a market for it, there was an interest, there's a curiosity around African food, especially at the moment. And I feel like it's the final frontier of food. And so why not showcase Sierra Leonean food, and why not showcase West African food in this way? And I, started thinking more about restaurants, and venue and location was very important to me. I know Kent the same way probably that I know Sierra Leone, and so this is home. When I'm not in Sierra Leone, this is where I feel at home. So this was it for me. I don't feel like I've ever been too far away from the kitchen since I was little. Everything that we do revolves around food, and so I've always found it interesting, and I always wanted to learn more and being really curious about the ingredients, really curious about, how things are put together. And so when it did happen, and when I decided that this is the career for me, I was very, very sure about it. So I would never complain about the long hours or standing on my feet for 12 hours and working 7 days a week or 60, 70 hours a week. The concept, how would I describe the concept of Shwen Shwen? I will say it covers traditional Sierra Leonean food as well as fusion cuisine. I like the origin of cuisines. So Shwen Shwen is about that. It's about showcasing traditional Sierra Leonean cuisine, but as well as covering, fusion and using bits and bobs from all over the place, because I love food from all over the world. So that's what Shwen Shwen is about. Initially, I went to Leiths to do a food photography course. And whilst I was there, I saw lots of beautiful things coming out of the kitchen, and everyone just going about their business, being, all happy around food. I was like, whoa, what is this? I've never been in any place where the focus is food. And we were actually photographing some of the food that they were making in the kitchen. They had this amazing meringues that they were bringing from the kitchen for us to photograph. And I was like, I'd love to make that. And I immediately left my class and I went downstairs and asking, so what exactly happens here, And is it a cooking school? And they're like, yes, sure. Would you like to know more? I said, yes, please. So I signed up. Leiths was something that I did for myself. And what it did for me was the whys in food. If something goes wrong, how do you correct it? And I think what Leiths did was provide those answers for me, and also confidence in my own ability. When you're cooking with a group of people, or you're cooking with professionals, and they're able to say, well done for something that you're doing, it really makes you feel like, okay, now I can call myself a chef, and now I can be in a commercial kitchen, and now I can be in a kitchen and be able to hold my own. And it clicked for me at Leiths. It's so fresh and it's so new, and I'm still in the thick of it and the hard work of it, that maybe I haven't taken too much time to just appreciate how far I've come. We've been busy since I've opened. We've been fully booked. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we've been fully booked. I have incredible people that work in this restaurant. I just feel incredibly lucky that you know, everyone is struggling for staff, and I've been able to find dedicated people that are dedicated to showcasing my heritage and dedicated to showcasing the food and my fussiness in the kitchen about how everything needs to be perfect and every line needs to be straight. Once the puzzle fits in terms of where you want your life to go and how things can just, I don't know, how the blocks can just fit into everything, I do feel incredibly lucky, and I'm pinching myself every day about this whole venture of how far I've come. I am really proud of myself.